Hey Dr. Furnace, this is Ethan Freer. Little extra credit video. I'm going to talk about resting potential in a cell today. So first off, when a cell is at rest, like this is right now, there are more potassium ions inside the cell than sodium ions, and there are more sodium ions outside the cell than potassium ions. So just looking at the picture, the squares are the potassium ions. Obviously there's more inside, and the triangles are the sodium ions, and there's more outside. As far as there are also channels open, sodium channels and potassium channels. Make some channels here. There are more potassium channels open when a cell is at rest than sodium channels. So we'll just kind of label these potassium, put some sodiums in there. So this is kind of showing you that more open potassium channels versus sodium channels. So the potassium channels are going to transport potassium out of the cell, and these sodium channels are going to transport sodium into the cell. So they're moving them in opposite directions. So obviously, because more potassium channels are open, that's going to be a larger net movement of positive charge. Because these are both positive charge, there's going to be a larger net movement of positive charge out of the cell, which is going to cause the inside of the cell to become more negative. There's also some sodium-potassium pumps. Just put some globs here. Na K plus pump. These two are the same thing. For the sodium-potassium pump, it's going to transport 3 Na plus outside of the cell and 2 potassium ions into the cell. So this is also a larger net movement of positive charge outside of the cell, because 3 sodium ions are being transported out, while only 2 potassium channels or potassium ions are being transported in. This is also going to keep the ratio of higher number of potassium ions inside the cell versus the higher number of sodium ions outside the cell. So this is how resting potential is generated. There's just a larger net movement of positive charge out of the cell versus coming into the cell. And that what makes the resting potential of a cell negative, about -70. So, yep, thanks a lot.